Alright, hello everybody, Zaxter99 back here today with another First Play on launch day, a first impressions review of a game called Start Over. Guys, this is like the 1000th base building survival game we've seen on Steam. This one does allow you to play with friends, online co-op. There is no PvP or anything like that. You can also play LAN co-op. Of course, this game is early access, comes in at a price tag of 15 US dollars with a 10% discount its first week. Of course, they're saying it's early access because we need feedback. Well, that's what I plan to do. I am definitely good at giving all these early access survival games good feedback, honest feedback. So it looks like they plan to be on early access for 7 to 10 months. And will the price be different? The price for the game will remain the same. We have no plans to make any changes on that. So they did a complete survival overhaul update on Monday, just 3 days ago, and an exciting base defense survival game where you are sent to a deserted island to start a new life. Your objective is to build a base, craft tools, weapons, and items, and hunt animals, gather resources, trade items for money, and explore the island. As you progress in the game, you'll encounter challenges such as raiding bandit camps and military bases, defending yourself against waves of enemies and raiders. Alright guys, so this looks like it might be a decent game, but it certainly could just be more cobbled together assets as well. We've seen, so many of these games over the last 10 years. Like, I have reviewed so many of these games, and honestly, I would bet that less than 10% of these survival games that launch on Steam, especially by developers where it's their first title on Steam, are worth a flip. So we're going to find out to Start Over, this first title by developer and publisher EY Studio, is worth your money and time. I gotta say, guys, before we get into this, it just finished downloading. But before we get into this, guys, I must say that I'm a little bit disturbed by what looks like we have 11 positive reviews. Every single one of them is a key redemption. There are no purchase reviews yet, and a lot of these reviews are by a first review or somebody with like 4 reviews, a key redemption, and nothing but just crazy praise for the game. I really enjoy playing this game. It's something different, something very intriguing. Once you're inside the game, spent a lot of time in early access with this. I'm impressed with the game. Has realistic, insane graphics, and the effects are so cool. I mean, nothing but praise for the game on a bunch of, what looks like fake reviews. So that is definitely a red flag. But we're going to take a look. We're going to give this game its first real purchase review. And you guys know how honest I am with these reviews. So we'll be back to take a look at Start Over right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we are launching the game, and I have played the game for about 45 minutes or an hour already, and just kind of got a feel for the game so I can give you guys my, feedback right here. So when you launch the game, this is going to be your main menu. You can go single player or multiplayer. I want to show you guys the settings here really quick. In the game settings, you have the ability to change the wave difficulty, which I haven't got to yet as far as like, bandits or whatever. So I guess you're going to have enemies coming at you, or after you build a base or whatever, they're going to start coming after you. So by default, that's easy. And then you have your show tips and everything like that in your HUD and all that you can turn off and on. Video settings, guys, by default, I believe, at least on my computer, everything here was set to epic by default. I changed everything down to high. I also turned my shadows and my post-processing down to low, which is the lowest possible setting. And the reason I turned shadows down to low is to help performance. And I also turned post-processing down to low because, sadly, there is not a motion blur setting separated, and I know that motion blur is in the post-processing by default because I've played a million of these Unreal games, and I know this kind of default settings option menu. Motion blur is part of the post-processing set, which includes a whole bunch of different features. But sadly, they don't break that down, and you can't just turn off motion blur by itself. So we're just going to go with that. Audio settings, I want to show you real quick here. By default, guys, when you launch the game, master is going to be somewhere like down here, and your music's going to be all the way up. So what I did is I could barely hear anything once I launched the game, so I turned master all the way up. and then I just lowered music way down low like that. So that's what I did for my audio settings. And then controls, you can go in and change the controls a little bit. By default, your mouse sensitivity is going to be 1. It was way too high for me, so I turned it down all the way down to 0.18. That worked better for me. And then in the main menu, guys, I went single player. I could load my game here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go a new game. You only have one map to choose from, and we're going to go ahead and start the game. I want to show you guys what happens if you buy this game, what it looks like, that kind of thing. Now that I have a little bit of familiarity with this game. So when I first played the game, guys, I had all my settings on Epic by default. You know, the default Epic settings. And I was getting a little bit of lag, like every 10 seconds or whatever, I would kind of stop and the game would load for like half a second or whatever. It wasn't real bad, but it was definitely noticeable and a little bit immersion breaking. So...
It's me. I just want to confirm that you have arrived safely on the island. I have some information for you. The island is dangerous, so you need to be careful. There are other people on the island who have also been sent to start over. Some of them may not be friendly.
Okay.
Remember, this is your chance to prove yourself. Make the most of it.
Alright, so that is this is basically a way you can get the time of day. We see that it's like 9:49 in the morning. It is 24-hour military time. So for example, if it says like 22:30, you would just subtract 12 from the hour, and you would get the time. So 22:30, for example, 22 minus 12 would be 10:30 p.m. So that's how you figure out the time. Just subtract 12 if it's over 12. And then you know what time of day it is in the afternoon or night. So you can interact with some of these guys, like this guy here. And he doesn't say anything important. Most of these guys you can't interact with. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that thing. We see that a lot of this game is made up of assets. The water does look really good, however. Really impressed with the way the ocean looks here. This looks like some kind of a drunken guy asset that they put in, probably from the marketplace, I'm sure. I'm sure most of the stuff is done with marketplace assets, as so many of these survival games are. But I mean, still impressive to have a multiplayer game where, you know, survival game, even if it is made up of assets, that actually works pretty decent. So I gotta admit, guys, the game is better than I thought it would be going in. We have different assets here carrying boxes that just kind of either stand around or walk around the village randomly. Sadly, you can't enter any of these asset buildings or use any of these tables or anything like that. But I do like what they've crafted here, unless this is like an asset map. It may be, I don't know, I haven't seen it if it is. Like I said, I'm sure some of these drunken man assets are all over the marketplace. I just haven't sought them out. So at the end of the starting town here, guys, if you hit M to open your map, you'll kind of see the map which you can zoom in on. And you're going to start right here at this little coastal village right here. And we kind of came up here and we have a loop here. And this is kind of where we're at. So hit M to get rid of it again. So we do have a trader here, guys. And he sells different kinds of food and everything like that at a cost. You can hover your cursor over it and see how much it costs in dollars. The gear and crafting menu is, again, I believe this is another, maybe even a default asset or an asset on the Unreal Marketplace. I've seen this same, you know... Excuse me, my phone went off. I've seen the same default crafting and gear menu many times in many other games. But you start off with a knife, a defective flashlight, which doesn't work very good. And again, our device so we can see like our time of day and stuff like that. So if you want to use these, just drag them down to your hotbar. We're going to equip our knife. We'll equip our flashlight right here. And we're going to go ahead and put this thing so we can see what time of day it is in our items 6 slot. So you can sell items as well here. He doesn't give you a whole lot of money. So the only thing you're going to probably find that you can sell when you start out is like wooden planks. You have to craft the wooden planks on a crafting table, and then he only gives you $1 for those. But you may need to buy those or make these and come sell them, just so you can buy some hydration when your water goes down. The one thing I do like about this game is the hunger and hydration do not go down nearly as fast as in some other survival games. And again, just as our asset walking around. So the only buildings you can enter are these buildings where the door's kind of already open. And here we see this guy.
Greetings, friend.
Now, when you first start out the game, guys, on the right-hand side, you're going to see your first quest. Now, even though I've started a brand new game, you can see that I've already finished some of the quest items in my first time I played. So I gathered wood, gathered stone, built a campfire, and built a carpentry table. So again...
The sea is dangerous.
The sea is dangerous, yeah. Seems kind of lame when you first start out here. Another open door, so we come in here, we see this is our gun guy. So by default, it's on sell. We can change that to buy, and we can see this guy sells a lot of different guns and stuff like that for like $1,300. Shotgun is like $920, and then of course you need to buy ammo for that as well. So yeah, it could get pretty expensive, I guess. I haven't made that much money yet. So when you want to go ahead and show you the other things in this town here, guys. So you have a medical center here. You have one NPC that actually is in use in here. And this lady here, I guess, will sell you bandages, or she'll buy an improvised medical syringe. I guess if you might find one or something like that, she'll only give you $10 for that, though. So it kind of seems like a rip-off there. And then I guess this guy is, this is an asset waiting to be seen. Yeah. So definitely a game very reliant on marketplace assets for sure. Here we have a pub, and I guess this is where you'll want to come if you're needing some kind of hydration. You can come here and you can buy juice for $6. That'll fill your hydration. You fill this water drop up like almost, I think it's almost half, maybe 30 or 40% for $6. So like 2 of these will fill your hydration up most of the way. And remember, you could sell 14 planks or whatever, 12 planks. You can sell 12 planks and come and buy 2 juices, and that would fill your hydration up if you need to do that.
See you later.
See you later, man. So you might be thinking, okay, so you're going to have the first quest as to gather wood. You're probably going to be like me when I first started out, wondering how the hell you gather wood when you have no hatchet or anything to hack at a tree. Well, let's go ahead and take our knife out. Remember to equip it in your hotbar. And you just take your knife and do all kinds of fancy attacks by just holding your left mouse button down. And you're going to see that I'm collecting wood at the top. Yeah, it looks kind of lame, but hey, when you're just working with a bunch of assets and probably don't know how to code real well, maybe these guys do know how to code, I don't know. But my guess is they're just using assets and messing around with the blueprints or something in the Unreal Engine. I don't know. I haven't really got into the Unreal Engine enough to know how well this developer or developers who made this, know how to code in C++. So we're going to go ahead and collect some wood here, guys. And then at this point, your gather wood thing will go check mark, and then it'll tell you to gather stone. Well, to gather stone, you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to go to a rock, and you're going to hold down your... Oh, we're getting... There we go, iron ore. So that's what iron ore looks like. And it looks like there was some sulfur ore in there as well. I believe this is your stone right here. Yep. So this is how you gather stone to check that quest item. And then it's going to tell you to build a campfire. So we'll do that next. Break this rock all the way down. Okay. So let's go ahead and build a campfire. It'll go down there. So we got 34 seconds, 35 seconds there. We also have a throwable spear. And we have a spear that we can craft. Alright. And you see a lot of this wood and sulfur and stuff like that takes up a lot of our initial inventory spot. You can put this stuff in your pants pocket, I guess, to give you more room in your pockets. There you go. So come back over to the crafting. We have 6 seconds left to build that campfire. And then it'll probably pop up here. Yep. Drag that down to our hotbar. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can craft everything right here on the edge of the town. 4. So I had to move around quite a bit when I built my first campfire. I was a lot further away from the town though, but it took a while before I found it flash green. Still getting a little bit of that lag. So the game probably definitely needs to be optimized. just move away from the starting count a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a green. Get our campfire flashing green here in a minute. It might have to be, there we go. I think it just has to be a little bit flat. So now we're going to get our check mark for our campfire, and then it's going to say build a carpentry table. As soon as you build the campfire, the carpentry table will open up here and just say 15 wood and 5 cloth. Well, we have plenty of wood, we just need the cloth. So to build cloth, guys, we come up here, it tells us, just hover your cursor over it, it'll tell us we need 10 plant fiber to make 1 cloth. So basically we need 50 plant fiber. Well, plant fiber is pretty easy to get. You just look for these like green bushes like this, and it'll tell you, just hit E on it and you'll collect it. It's a little bit laggy. Not exactly, super optimized game or anything like that. We've right now got 64, so we've got enough cloth to build. We're going to go ahead and click that cloth 5 times. We've already got 1. We need 2 more. Yep. Takes like 5 seconds each one, I think, or 6 seconds each cloth. Yeah, 5 seconds each one. And then we can build our carpentry table. 15 wood and 5 cloth. Alright, so carpentry table. It's crafting, takes 30 seconds. While it's crafting, you can move about and collect more stuff. We know we're going to need lots more wood, so let's go ahead and slash at a tree to get logs. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but hey, it works, I guess, right? And those trees do fade out after a few seconds. So we should have our carpentry table. We'll drag that down to our hotbar. We'll place that, if we can, somewhere around here. Or not. I want to have it somewhere by my campfire. I want to have it all spread out. Try to rotate it and see if we can get it to turn green somewhere. Oh, right there. Yeah, the game seems to be really picky on where you place stuff. I know I saw a flash screen for a second somewhere here. There we go. Alright, so we'll come up here, and then you'll have your quest item for your carpentry table selected. Here you can build more stuff. You have a different menu over here on the right-hand side. So this is also a place where you can stash some gear. So if I want to put all these stones over here, I can kind of use this as a storage box as well. So we're going to go ahead and stash some of our wood over here. We're definitely going to need some wooden planks, so I'm going to go ahead and craft some of those. It says we need takes 2 of those. So we're going to go ahead and right-click and hit like 20. And then we're going to go ahead and right-click. Can we make 10 more? We can. So that's like 60 wood. Maybe we'll go ahead and craft 5 more. We know I'm going to need wood planks, and again, that trader down in the town will buy each plank for $1. You know, if you get really thirsty or whatever. Getting food isn't too hard, guys. Just equip your knife. You see I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So we're going to go out and find some wood. And I will show you kind of how that works. So just kind of make your way through the forest. And you will hear the animals. And we'll look for like a buck or whatever. That's probably the most common and easiest way to get food starting out. And you can use, I mean, I could craft, what does it take to make a spear? Stone. Yeah, let's just show you that you don't even need to make that. I'm sure you can make a spear and it'd probably be a little bit easier. But you can use a knife, and this is where the game's a little bit wacky or weird. So just move about. You can always find, if you build your base somewhere close to those things, are going to be really hard to catch. Yeah, they just move so fast. But this is the same thing the bucks will do. They will get stuck on a tree or a rock or whatever and make it an easy kill. So then we're just going to go ahead and hit E to kill the raccoon. And we'll see by hitting tab that we got 1 meat and 1 fat and a leather from that. So yeah, just chase animals around until they get stuck in a tree, and then hack at them with a knife. You may have to do it a few times with like a buck, but you will end up getting him even with a pocket knife, which I say, you know, it's kind of lame. So hopefully the developers improve the hunting system in here. You can kind of... The fox will attack you, so watch out for him. But again, he's not that hard to kill either. We're going to sneak up behind him. And this is pretty much all it takes. Oh, but he almost like he knocked me down the hill. Something. That was weird. They just chase him around until they get stuck on a tree like that. Head stuck in a tree. Then get up behind him and yeah, like 2 hits for a fox. Pretty lame. Now we got 2 more meat and another fat and 2 more leather. And that's all it is, guys. You don't even need a spear, you don't need a gun, nothing like that to hunt in this game. So yeah, that's all there is. And then over here, where am I? Yeah, right here, off this road, you'll see there's a road that goes off the main road up here. There's a mine. So you come in here to the mine, I'll show you what the mines look like. I saw another one on like the other side of the town. A mine that kind of looks like this. Again, we have an NPC here.
Are you looking for trouble?
And he just says something random that doesn't mean anything. So this is the Teomium mine. So we come in here and it's going to get dark, so you'll need your flashlight. So let's equip that. Hit your left mouse button to turn it on. And we're going to have like another fox in here. You see him up there. So you get close to him, he will probably turn around. If not, you might be able to just come up. Yep. Watch out, he will destroy your health. Just swing blindly. Oh, I think we already got him, yep. So just hit E, will skin him. And I think he's the only thing in this cave. At least this one. So then you can kind of explore. This is where you're going to get some of your good loot, guys. Is exploring this cave, you're going to find these little boxes. And we found $4, which we'll take that. And we found some oil. And I think these boxes just have random items in them. I don't remember going up here. So it looks like we have another crate that we can open here. A medical crate. So we found some syringes. Nice. We'll put those in our pants pockets here. Yeah, I didn't see this box earlier. And then you have some different kind of rocks that you can mine here. I don't know if they're... So if your flashlight starts doing this, guys, just switch it out. Turn, you know, equip like your dagger or whatever. And then re-equip the flashlight and turn it back on. And it'll quit wigging out for 10 seconds until it starts wigging out again. And then we're going to go down this path. And there are some more boxes up here. Not like Rust, you can't look in the barrel for anything, but there are boxes, like I said. Again, we're going to re-equip the flashlight. So it'll quit wigging out for a minute. I don't know if you can break the barrels. I'm guessing not. I haven't tried. But you can't get any of this stuff. You can't get this generator or anything like that. But you can come over here and loot these boxes. And we found a gun. Nice. So I wasn't lucky enough to find a gun in my other save game that I saved earlier. And then we have a big box here. We found an axe. Nice. You can't put them directly from the box into your hotbar. You have to put them over, equip them, and then you can equip things. So like here, we're going to put that on, and then we should be able to equip this on our head. And then we have some ammo, and we have some gunpowder as well in that box. And I think that's about all there is in this cave. There's a couple of boxes there, and then we saw that one down that train track. Yeah, in this mine, I almost forgot. If you go, not down there, if you go down this big path, where we found those 2 wooden boxes, if you come over here, there is a water hole that you can drink out of or fill your water container. So it's right up here. So you'll see right here, we can either fill water if we have a jug to put it in. We don't. We're just going to go down and drink and hit E, and we filled up our water. So this is going to be a good water hole for you to drink out of should you guys buy this game. And it probably doesn't ever run out, so it's probably an endless drinking hole for you. To either fill up your water container or just go there and drink out of if you get thirsty. So it's definitely going to save you some money rather than going back and buying juice all the time from that bartender that I showed you earlier. Alright, the game does, you will see weather like rain and stuff like that. So just so you know. Alright, so if we hit M, So I know we're kind of like right in. No, we're right over here by the town. All right, we're gonna head back that way. And then your next quest, guys, is to build a shelter or something like that. I don't know if I would recommend this game right now because if the AI is as dumb as the animals are and just run around crazily and then get stuck in a tree, you know that like any other AI is probably going to be just as dumb and easy to kill. So I would definitely probably recommend waiting on this game for them to hopefully improve the AI. Maybe look for some real reviews, some honest reviews rather than just fake reviews like I kind of showed you. So I can't really recommend this game, but I will say that it's a lot better than I thought it would be, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, there is a box, so we're gonna go over here and show you how dumb the AI is. So the bucks only take 3 hits, and yeah, he farted on me. That's so funny. I noticed that earlier when I was playing as well. They'll run around and it sounds like they're farting. I think that's like his call, his cry for help or whatever, but it sounds just like a fart. So again, he's stuck between 2 trees. He's getting fat shamed, so we're just going to cut him there. He'll probably jump out of the trees. He farted on us again, so that's pretty funny. Yeah. So if I had a spear, like I said, this would probably be a little bit easier. But again, you can just chase him around with your knife, and he will end up getting stuck in a tree here in a minute, and we can take him out. Just like that. Then we can skin him by hitting the E button, and we got a whole lot more meat. So there you go. Yeah. AI is not impressive, though their farts are pretty impressive and pretty hilarious, I'm not going to lie. So then you just keep doing the quest, guys, and eventually you're going to build a base, and I guess some soldiers or whatever will start attacking you at some point. Remember, you have that in the main menu, in the settings, you do have an ability to turn it either peaceful, or easy, or, you know, normal, or hard, or whatever. So you can set the difficulty level for that stuff. So then we're going to go ahead and find our campfire, wherever the hell it was, and everything like that, and continue building our base. And that's pretty much it, guys. Remember, your bushes look just like that, so you can select them for your plant fiber so you can make your cloth. Game needs to be optimized, in my opinion. The AI definitely needs to be vastly improved. But if you guys like survival games, you might like this one. Like I said, it's probably a lot better than most of them that I've seen on Steam, made from like solo developers or small developer teams. So there it is, guys. I think I lost my campfire, but it's somewhere around here. I know I built it right outside. I think it's actually this way. There it is. So we did find it yet, guys, and found our carpentry table. And then from the carpentry table, guys, you can end up building a workbench tier 1. There's a workbench tier 2 you can make from this workbench when you craft that. And that only takes 15 planks, 10 wood, and 10 cloth. And then you can craft a whole lot more stuff. So there is a lot of things to craft in this game. Not even lying. So that part is pretty impressive. A lot of different kinds of metals and ores and stuff like that to mine as well. And then you have a lot of different mines that you can enter and you know, get loot and stuff like that from scattered around the world as well. And then also remember, guys, this is only one little part of the map. There is a very big map to explore. So, like I said, even though the AI isn't the best and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of survival game fans will probably have some fun with this one, especially if you're playing this game with friends. So I'll probably play this game a little bit more, or I may refund it and wait for some updates to be made. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really decided. But if I do keep this game and play it more and get to like the, you know, the actual human enemies that attack you or whatever, I'll definitely make a video on that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, be sure to comment down below. Let me know if this video has inspired you to purchase this game or wait. I would love to know. This has been Zaxter9. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.